Welcome back to the My Player Save. Welcome to the Season 2 finale, brought about earlier than expected, thanks to our 7 weeks out because of a broken bloomin' elbow. We have the opportunity to finish the season strong as possible here at Adana Demirspor. We will then, at the end of the episode, go through our potential options for Season 3. There will be a link in the description to a straw poll where you can vote, but please watch the full video first so you have all the relevant information so you can make an informed decision when it comes to making your vote. So do stick around and let's end the season first. There's only a couple of games, so it shouldn't take us too long, and at the moment we're on the bench as well, working our way back from that injury. Pendikspor first, Alanyaspor after that, and then it's a case of what happens next, and that will be decided upon by yourselves. So we'll obviously give you a season roundup of some extent as well at the end of the Season 2, and go through the spreadsheet and see what happened for me in Season 2 as well. But right now, we're concentrating on things right here, right now, which is our played games at the end of the season. Thank you for your continued support on the Patreon. Well, yeah, thank you for your continued support on the Patreon. That counts too. And in the comment section of the content as well. Thank you to Gersh. Thank you to Kudu Edagawa and to Nightmare as well. I appreciate you very much indeed. Do keep those comments coming. Let me know which way you voted as well when you do, which shouldn't be yet, please. Let's go and play Pendikspor first, then play Alanyaspor and figure out what happens next. Find out what the situation is at any of the teams that we might move to, or maybe we stay here at Adana. We'll wait and see. Objectives for me coming on at Cam for Akbaba here are just 2 passes, 2 successful tackles, which is an odd one for a Cam, and a 6.5 rating. I couldn't tell you whether I'd made more than 3 or 4 successful tackles in my entire career thus far. This is match day 98 for me in my career, in all competitions and pre-season friendlies all told. It's my 98th game of football in my career of any type. We will, basically the first fixture of Season 3 in pre-season, at whatever club that is at, will be my 100th game in this save. Zanelli squeezes that to me. I'll do the same to Trauco. Get myself into the middle here to maybe be on the end of a cross or pass or something. Badu to me. Oh, brilliant save by Janoplat in goal. That was destined for the top corner, and I think it was just on the cusp of being outside the box as well. A push towards the near post. It's where it's headed. I jumped well. I just jumped next to the ball, which isn't ideal. Let's get that back there to Dorican. He's fed me. On my left, can I find a shot from outside the box? I cannot. Still keep the pressure on, though. Badu. Pressure's gone. He's lost it. He does that a lot, Badu. He's won it back, though, to be fair to him. But he's not great in possession, Badu. We really do see him lose possession quite a lot. Zanelli. He's now cost us the ball as well. 20 minutes to go. We're still 1-0 up, thankfully, because we took the advantage before I came onto the pitch. And so far, not extending it yet. Niang is on now for Zanelli. Oh! Off the woodwork for them. Woodwork? Off the woodwork for them. I wonder if we're going to change formation now. It's a nice ball to me by Niang. I just need to keep that away from the man that was with me. I didn't do that very well, but we've still got it. Dorikun will find Yusuf. Yusuf has Niang. He asked me as well. Here's Barassi. Badu to me. And that was the inevitable end result. In the 80th minute, inside the box on my right foot, it's Pendikspor 0, Adana Demirspor 2. Sakira. I made that joke last time. Don't do it again, Ches. Sakira. Oh, I really do have the worst sense of humour. Del Moral into me. Niang was going one way. He's gone back the other, and I'll play him in. He's found well. And Del Moral, surely from here, it's 3. You bet your bottom dollar it is. Adana Demirspor are ending the season strong and in style. Gave him something to run onto, Niang. That was a little bit fancy and a little bit unnecessary. But, that's really well worked. And from outside the box, no. Second goal for me, 4th goal for the team. My shot conversion percentage will take a hit, but we don't really care that much. 1 goal in 3 shots is good enough for me. And 3 goals for the team is certainly good enough for us. And it will be a win here. And surely we'll be back in the starting lineup for the last game of the season. I'm pretty sure we will be. Starting 11. Thank you very much. We had a similar scenario at the end of our time at Notts County, I think, didn't we? Where, yeah, we were sub for a few games, and then in my last game for the club, I was able to get back in the starting lineup and pick up an assist. Are we about to see something similar happen again for my 99th game of my professional career? The form is good for the team, and that form has seen us qualify for next season's Europa Conference League if I'm still at Adana Demirspor, of course. Alanyaspor were the side that knocked us out of the Turk Kimpasha for the cup. Is it Kimpasha? Turk Kampasha? Turk Pukashi. Apologies. Nearly. And at the top of the table, Trabzonspor have all but officially won the league. Fenerbahce on 80. Besiktas still could catch Fenerbahce to get that next Champions League spot. But Trabzonspor will win the league title this year. Congratulations goes to them. Well, I don't need to train. I could invest in an esports team if I like, but I'm not going to bother. I might do some shopping, actually. There was something that gave me a bit of a stat boost somewhere. Composure +1 somewhere. Sprint speed +1. I'd already done the Composure one. Agility +1. Might have already done the Composure one. I have. Well, I can give myself 1 extra sprint speed by buying a treadmill. Let's do that for £29,750. And I'll get an extra tick to my sprint speed, which might actually give me 70 sprint speed now. No, 69 still. Okay, fine. Not to worry. Let's go and play our final game then. Alanyaspor away from home. Cool. 2 goal involvements. I'll try. Will be quite the send-off for this season, but will it be a send-off for this club? We don't yet know. Let's try and at least do ourselves proud on this final day of the season as a club and as an individual, and get a little bit of payback on Alanyaspor for knocking us out of the cup as well. Although I'm probably going to get a yellow card for that. The ball was there to be won. I just appeared to get both of his legs instead. Oh, I'm taking the throw, am I? All right. You have it. Trauco into me. Oh, that was terrible, Jess. Badu and Dorukan. Go on, why not? Oh, good effort. Saved well down low by the keeper, but not a bad effort at all from Dorukan. Trauco to me. Oh, is it? No. Oh, I thought for a minute he was going to get there on the follow-up. I tried to set it outside the post and bend it in, but why? Why is that kick? But I don't have the accuracy yet with my finishing. At the moment, we're still scoring goals well enough. I might next season up my finishing stat a little bit with some of the attribute points that we get to add on as per our monthly performances. But right now, I think we're all right as we are. Not exactly struggling for goals, are we? Averaging still, I think, 1 every other game. So quite happy with how things are right now. Corner for Alanyaspor here in the 27th minute. Been quite a good game so far, actually, in the glorious sunshine here in Turkey. Akore into me. Oh, lol. He went for it. He got nowhere bloody near it, but he went for it at least. Full marks for effort. Badu. Akbaba. The first time pass not quite as accurate as it needed to be. Alanyaspor fans are not happy with the amount of possession we're having in this game. You could hear them whistling quite loudly there when we were in possession of the ball. That is kind of a Turkish thing, isn't it? Or at least an Eastern European thing, I've noticed from just watching football in real life. It's not really something that happens in the UK, but when the opposition are in possession, the home fans in particular do a lot of booing and whistling like that. I don't know what... Obviously, you presume that it's just to kind of put the opposition players off, but whether it works or not as a tactic, I don't know. Zanelli's trying to get himself through here, but that's not worked as a tactic either. He might still score though. Akbaba, shot blocked well. It's going to be 0-0 at half-time. End-to-end game that hasn't seen a goal go in yet. Gunej into Anderson here. Little back heel. Carlos Eduardo. Spins back to Bruno. At risk of being subbed out, and I get it, to be fair. I'm only on a 6.5. We've not exactly set the world alight today, have we? Karakush makes the save. Am I coming off here? Not yet. Akbaba off at this particular moment in time. Novice on for Alanyaspor. Oh, and Karakus makes a good save from the header. Morale is on for Akbaba. Still managed to stay my execution at the moment. I'm going to take this one short by the looks of things. Lusamba does pick it up. And then back inside to João Neves. And Gunes deflected. Where's that going? It's going to just dribble wide of the post. Still managing to stay on the pitch for the time being. Still, we can't get rid of this bloody ball. And we get a free kick now for handball, I think. And probably now is when I come off. No, I'm still on. Come on. Let's not end the season with a 0-0 draw, shall we? And a 6.5 subbed off performance. Let's please do something. Beat my man there. Still at risk of being subbed out. We want to do something. Svensson might help me do that something. That something might be set up Yusuf for a goal. No, good save down low by the keeper. Don't sub me out now. I just did something. Oh, I've been subbed out. Yusuf Barassi replaces me. And unfortunately, I'm only playing the 80 minutes on what might be my last game for Adana. João Neves. Let's get rid of that. 3 minutes added on. Is there a counter-attack in us? There might be. Svensson with a room to get into. And the simple ball is there. And Yusuf to Svensson again. Nope. Taking too much time to get forward, and the referee blows the whistle. That definitely had the feel of an end-of-season game, didn't it? We already were assured of our league position. I presume they were already assured of theirs, or at least didn't really have anything to fight for and play for. It's a zip in that one, and that's going to put me back on the subs bench for the beginning of next season. Not to worry at all. I may well be here next season. I may well not be here next season. We shall head until the end of the season, and then we'll have a full season roundup, and I'll show you exactly what might be happening with my future. Well, I'll give you a full season roundup so you know exactly how things went down in this save. Staying at the Adana Demirspor will be one of the options available to you. So when we do the squad report, etc., you'll be able to see exactly what the situation would be here next year. So we finished in 5th with Adana Demirspor. One of, if not, I think, the best defensive record in the league. But you can tell, only 50 goals scored as a team is better than everyone below us, other than Başakşehir here, but considerably less than those above us. So Europa Conference League only for Demirspor next season. The cup was won by Trabzonspor, who do the league and cup double. Congratulations to them. Real Madrid won the UEFA Super Cup after winning the Champions League last year, which they did again over Dortmund by 1-0. And Aston Villa win the Europa League on penalties by 3-0. And in the Europa Conference League, Union Berlin, who may have been one of the teams I could have potentially gone to for next season if it didn't have such BS potential options for contract terms as mandatory ones. Investments to consider. No, I'm good, thank you. So, with regards to my stats, I was able to get 16 goals in 31 games in the Turkish Super League. So, averaging a goal every other game is the old school go-to when determining whether someone is or isn't good enough at striker. I was also able to pick up some assists, but only 4 in 31 games. Enough to keep me on the list in 22nd, but not many. And yeah, you could tell Adana Demirspor there. Karakush got 7 assists, 7 clean sheets in 11 games, which is very good actually. Mago got 6 in 17. And Karadzic got 4 in 10. So we played all 3 goalkeepers throughout the course of the season, and there definitely isn't an obvious number 1. With regards to other leagues, have a look at big leagues first. So in the Premier League, Manchester City by a point from Chelsea, Man United and Liverpool. Arsenal, Europa League only. Spurs, Europa Conference League. Relegated from the Premier League are Leeds, Norwich and Burnley. In the Championship, going back up are Leicester, Middlesbrough, one of Bournemouth, Coventry, Blackburn and Luton. Relegated from the Championship will be Rotherham, Wigan and Charlton Athletic. In League One, Portsmouth and Plymouth promoted. Bolton, Huddersfield, Oxford and Sheffield Wednesday in the playoffs. Cambridge, survive relegation by a point. Where have I seen that before? Port Vale, Northampton, Leyton Orient and Exeter City will get relegated to League 2. In League 2, Reading, Salford and Notts County promoted. Our former team have a much better second season. They are up into League 1 now. Congratulations to them. Maybe they were better without... Well, evidently, they were better without me. Shrewsbury, Cheltenham, Crewe and Wimbledon in the playoffs. And if there were the National League on the game, Crawley and Carlisle would have been off into it. Let's have a look at some of the other big leagues, of course. In France, it's Marseille from PSG. We were linked with Nice, but didn't score enough goals from outside the box, nor get enough assists for that, so we don't head there. In the Bundesliga, Union Berlin finished 7th. It's Dortmund that win the league and Bayern only 4th. Dortmund smashed everybody else. Union Berlin would not have had European football, but may well have had a more competitive team. In Serie A, Juventus from Inter from Milan, a point apiece all the way down. Then Lazio 2 further points down. It was Napoli with a side that linked with me. They finished 5th with 75 points. In the Eredivisie, it's Feyenoord from Ajax from PSV. In the Polish league, Raków finished 2nd. Keep that in the knowledge bank. Raków finished 2nd in Poland. What football that puts them in European-wise next year, I'm not sure. But they don't get the title. Lech Poznan beat them by 2 points to that title. In the Portuguese league, it's Porto from Sporting. Benfica only 4th. Not great from Benfica there, to be completely honest. In the SPL, it's Celtic from Rangers. In La Liga, it's Real from Barca from Atleti. And a big jump between each of the 3 sides. And Atleti only finished 3rd on goal difference, or head-to-head as it is in Spain probably, above Real Sociedad. Then another big jump down to Sevilla. 10 defeats and 9 draws. Not many points scored by a number of sides in La Liga this season. So, this club have me as a 77 rated, now highest rated player. Svensson, who's going to still be here for another year. Gravelon, still here for another year. Tokus as well. Del Moral. Ndiaye's retiring. Sarri is still here continually. Trauco is leaving on a free. Akbaba has a year left. Zanelli a year. Saki is a new signing. Okore's signed for 18 months. Barassi a year. Niang. Stombuli's retiring. Mago another year. Basically, everybody's either leaving or here for at least 1 more year. Gula, Karacic and Erdogan Yusuf are decent right-sided midfielder, all expiring, as well as Barak as well. So, with regards stats, top goal scorer, me, but not massively. 17 goals compared to 10 for Zanelli. 16 in the league compared to his 9. We both got 4 assists. Ndiaye actually got more assists than anybody else in the team with 10 all told. I got 8 total, 4 in the league. So I wasn't spectacular this year, but I was certainly very good. A 7.49 average rating after 17 goals and 8 assists in all competitions. So that, you know what the situation is at Adana Demirspor. Let me save it here, and then we'll see what the other options are. Option 1, obviously, is stay at Adana Demirspor. You know everything about that. Option 2 is to move to Raków in Poland. They finished 2nd in the league, as you saw. They are in the Conference League, but they are in the Conference League at the playoff stage. In that playoff stage, they have Viking FK. So I don't know whether that's a winnable game or one that we'd be expected to lose, but the squad here isn't as bad as I had feared it may well be. So they play a 3-4-2-1, and the squad's actually similar, if not maybe more well-rounded than the one at Demirspor. I'm obviously the highest rated player at the club still. There's a 74 rated goalkeeper in Kovacevic, 74 rated centre-back, and 2 74 rated centre mids, 73 and 72 rated wide men, and 72 rated Plavshits as well. Then you're into the 70s, but there's a lot of 70 rated players. And then you're down to like Berger in 69, 68. It's actually a very comparable squad to Adana's, if I'm honest. I sound like I'm like, oh, this is really good. It's more just surprised that actually the squad is as good as it is. So they play a 3-4-2-1. So Kovacevic would be in goal. Then we'd see Svarnas and Arsenic at centre-back with probably Rakovican there as well. Then in the 3-4-2-1, it's kind of 2 centre mids, a right mid and a left mid. So we would see Costa and Lederman in the middle. On the left would be Plavšić. Not sure which. Might be Plavšić, actually. On the right would probably be John Yeboah. And then right forward and left forward, I imagine, will be either the strikers or the centre forwards. So it could be Sonny Kittel, could be Bartosz. Won't be Bartosz Novak because he's apparently joining Firenze when the transfer window opens, which will be the next day in game. Szymon Shiz, apologies for pronunciations. There's also Łukasz Zwolinski potentially. Jamal Lowe, you'll know who Jamal Lowe is. Fabian Piasecki, and then Ante Kernats as well. So actually the squad's quite good at Rakov. Rakov is your second option. Now I believe, I might be wrong, I haven't checked it yet, I'm led to believe by live chat that if I reject all options, I will be sent on loan. So I'm going to try that now and see what happens. He might have only gone on loan because he hadn't achieved the contract for his current club. If you don't achieve your contracts for your current club or any of your recommendations, then you go out on loan. But he would have only gone out on loan, I believe, if he didn't achieve his renew contract objectives, and obviously then rejected everyone else. So they are going to be, YouTube, they are going to be your two options. We either stay at Adana Demirspor for another year, or hang on, why is that now only saying save club? I fear that I had the maximum possible wage set for Demirspor, and I didn't achieve all of the optional objectives, meaning that as a result I cannot re-sign for Demirspor. Yeah, wage objectives. Reach optimal wage objectives to receive your requested squad. And I had it set to the highest possible wage, but because I didn't win the golden boot, this is a learning curve because I didn't know that this was a thing. I thought because we got the 2 mandatory ones, we were fine to stay at Demirspor. We are not fine to stay at Demirspor. My only option is Rakov. I'll only be forced to go out on loan. I would only be forced to go out on loan if I hadn't made all of the objectives for Rakov and I couldn't go anywhere. So, welcome to Poland, lads. Welcome to Poland. Join me for the next episode where we will be at Poland or in Poland. We will use that as a learning experience and make sure that we're keeping a keen eye on those optional wage objectives, because I wasn't doing that previously, and that's why we're unable to stay at Demirspor, because I asked for too much money and didn't get all of the optional objectives. It definitely is a learning curve, isn't it? A massive learning curve. Well, RKS, Rakov, I didn't quite see the long one. We are headed to the league runners-up from last season. Jamal Lowe will be one of my new teammates. We will have the thumbnail updated. I apologise that it was out of your hands. We won't make that mistake again. But it is a new league and a chance to potentially win said league. I'm going to be number 15 here as well. Let me see, actually. Let me see what the other squad numbers are. Can I see what people's squad numbers are? I can. I can't have the 9 or 10. Okay, I can't have 9 or 10, so 15 it is continually then. I do have in my player stats. Oh, kit number 15. If I set it to 9 or 10, then I can have it. But ultimately, I can't have 9 or 10 because I'm coming in as a new player and they already have a 9 and a 10. And I'm not going to enforce myself on the new club. So we will stay 15. We'll stay number 15 for now. So pay keen attention, Ches. To achieve the maximum wage here, it's going to be pretty bloody easy. 4% passing rate. Although, 1 volley, 1 headed goal for the optionals, but the mandatories, appearances are fine. Created goals, 34. I am going to need to, I presume created goals is either goals or assists. So I need to have 34 goal contributions this season at Rakov Czestochowa to stand the chance of staying at the club. Now, it is probably safe to presume that we will grow beyond Rakov and look to move elsewhere anyway at the end of the season. But unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on which way you would have voted. Let me know in the comment section, which way would you have voted? Would you have wanted me to stay at Adana Demirspor? Or are you pleased that we're plying our trades in a new team, in a new league? I am surprised by the quality of the squad here. And we could put up a challenge for our first league title silverware this year if we can challenge Lech Poznan. And it might be a league that we have a slightly easier time at going for the golden boot. I'm excited by the prospect, albeit I had no idea that this was going to be my definitive prospect. Join me in the next episode. I should be able to get the thumbnail to you, or thumbnail updated for the next episode tomorrow. So, join me in Poland. I'll see you tomorrow.